the Chesed organizations. Eshkola Shaba, the clusters, Elo Talmid Chachamim. These are the sages. Alan Shaba, the leaves. These are the Amiyaretz. These are like the farmers. And Kneikna Shaba, the tendrils, Elo Rikanim Shab Yisrael. These are the empty, the people that are empty from the Jewish people. We know what the Gemara says, that even the empty ones are still filled with mitzvahs like a pomegranate, right?
What's a tendril?
What's a tendril?
It must mean like the young branches that just hold it onto the side.
The whole picture. Like the sub branches. Like when you have a cluster, the little pieces, the little stems that go from the grapes into the cluster, that's the tendrils. Oh.
Now, the interpretation here, given by Rashi, is that the support, the branches are the support. That's the balabatim, that they support everyone in the community. The leaves, which are the farmers, the Amiyaretz, they protect the clusters from the sun and from the wind. And that's the farmers are the ones that that supply the food, and they plow, and then everyone else can live off that. And the Kneiknes, which also don't give anything like tangible, but nevertheless they have some value as well. Behind the Shalchim Yisam, and that's what they sent from Eretz Yisrael to Babel. They said, "Liboy rachamim eskalya al alya." Let the clusters pray for the leaves. Del mali alya leimuskayim eskalya. If not for the leaves, then they wouldn't have clusters. So everyone is important. That's so everyone has their purpose. Different jobs, but everyone's got a job. Okay. Be'echeli b'chamisha aser kasef. This is Hishaya. I bought her for 15 silver. Rabbi Yochanan Mishum. Reb Shimon ben Yitzadak. Rabbi Yochanan says in the name of Reb Shimon ben Yitzadak, Ein kira lashem mechira. Kira means buying. Remember, bekivri asher karisa li b'chamisha aser, as it says in the pasuk. No, I'm sorry. Bekivri asher karisa li. The grave that I bought for myself. B'chamisha aser, when it says for 15 silver, zet tesva b'nisan shbay nigalu Yisrael mitzrayim. 15 is referring to the 15th of Nisan, that the Jewish people were redeemed from Egypt. Kesef, when it says for silver, 15 silver, this is referring to Eily tzadikim. These are the righteous people. Chenu aimer tzrara kesef lakach biyadai. A bundle of silver he took in his hand. And the Gemara explains that this is referring to the righteous people, because when Nebuchadnezzar heard about the prophecies that the temple is going to be destroyed, and Nebuchadnezzar would go in, he said, "No, I'm afraid of their God." They said, "You don't have to be afraid. There's no one left over there. It's like empty. You can just go in." He said, "Yeah, but what about the righteous people?" So he said, "Tzura kesef lakach biyadei." They said that the silver has already been taken in his hand. It means the righteous people were already removed, because they were trying to encourage Nebuchadnezzar to fight. Chaymer Sairim, Velesach Sairim. This is a quote from Hishaya again. This is the continuation of the pasuk. A chaymer is 30 sa of barley, and a lesach is 15 sa, and it's of barley. So 30 and 15. Elu memhe tzadikim shailam eskaimem. These are the 45 tzadikim that the world exists because of. You know that song from the 8th day? After 125 years,
yeah.
He goes,
Sure.
I like
Give
that extra 5 years.
Give it all you got, baby.
Yeah, but
So yeah, it's 32, right? Yeah, this is like a joke. No,
Lamites.
36.
Lamed Vav.
Usually it's 36.
Lamed Vav.
36.
These
Here
are
it's 45.
Yeah, where did that come from?
So I'm saying it's like the 125 years.
No, who's counting?
The Einy Idea, but I don't know. Im Shleishim Khan, V'Tesvav Beretz Yisrael. These are the. I don't know if there's 30 in Bavel and 15 in Israel. Im Shleishim Beretz Yisrael V'Tesvav Khan, or there's 30 in Israel and 15 in Bavel. Kishuaimer V'Echor Shleishim Hakesav Ashlach Yisbeis Hashem Ha'Itzer. He says that I'll take 30 silver and I'll throw it into the house of Hashem to the treasury. Haviyomer Shleishim Beretz Yisrael. There's 30 tzaddikim in the land of Israel. V'Tesvav Kam, and there's 15 in Bavel. Amar Abaya. Abaya says, V'Rubaya, this is an incredible little piece. Abaya says, V'Rubaya Mishtaki Beknishna de Tuseyafta. And majority of them are found in the shul underneath the women's section, which is the back of the shul.
Wow.
What does that mean?
That means the people that are in the back, these are the ones that are important. Behind the ksiv, that's one interpretation. There's other interpretations here, but after could mean a small cabinet or something.
I think what they're saying here is they keep a low profile.
They keep a low profile.
Yeah, they're not out there in the front. Look at me, this and that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like if you're looking back of Chullin Daf, you see Rabbi Smith sitting there.
Behind
Who's sitting in the front?
We're in front.
These are the well-known public figures.
They told the guy, there was a guy that an important person. They brought him to the back of. He was standing in the back of the shul. They said, if you wanted to be humble, then sit in the middle. The back, everyone notices you. Okay. Behind the ksiv, this is what it's written in the pasuk. Vaymer aleim im toiv beinechem havaschari. If it's good in your eyes, give me my payment. V'im lo, and if not, chadelu, then leave it alone. Vayishkalu es schari shleishim kesef. And they weighed out. My payment is 30 silver. Rabbi Yehuda says, Elu shleishim tzadiki umay sa'olam. These are the 30 righteous people of the nations. Here we also have nations. She'umay sa'olam eskaymen aleim, that the nations of the world exist because of them. Ula Amar, Ula says, Ula we have on the side over here. It's the traveler back and forth from Bavel. Ula. He says, listen to this. This is the Gemara I said before that you're going to quote. These are the 30 mitzvahs that the Bnei Noach accepted on themselves, but they only keep 3 of them. Achas, watch this one. That they don't write marriage documents for homosexuals. And one is that they don't weigh human flesh in the markets to eat. That's one interpretation. And the other one is that they give honor to the Torah.
Whoa.
How many are still left in the new edition? Okay. There's another interpretation of Basar Mes, just means that they don't sell meat that was just died in the field. And it doesn't mean human flesh. Okay, now let's go. Let's get to work over here. So let's see if we can finish a Gemara that has the laws. If it doesn't apply to birds, we said that the Gid Anasha doesn't apply to birds. But what are you talking about? We see that there is a calf. There is a thigh on the bird. It says Islev Layagel. It does have a thigh, but the thigh is not round like a spoon. So, because it doesn't have that ball and socket, so it's not considered a gid anasha. Boy Rabbi Yirmiyah asked the question, as Rabbi Yirmiyah's famous questions. Islay la'ifa agil, islay labehema v'layagil mai. Let's say we come across a bird that's kosher, and it has a rounded thigh. It has like the pelvis socket, and that the upper bone, the femur, that goes into. What would we say then? Would we have to remove the gid anasha? Let's say we find an animal that's not rounded.
So it's saying there's some kind of deformity?
I'm not sure if it means a deformity or a new animal. I'm not sure. It says basadideyas linan. Oh, it is a deformity.
Then it's in the veil.
It's a deformity. It doesn't mean it's an avela or a treif. It's got to be a deformity. Do we follow this individual, and we say that no, you do have to remove the gid anasha? Or you follow the species? You follow the species and the type, unless it means it's not a deformity, and mina means the bird versus animal difference. How does it say it over there? Or do we follow that of its type? It may mean that it's a type of animal, and mina means bird versus animal. Teku, we don't have an answer, which obviously means we're going to be strict in both accounts. If we do come across a bird that does have a rounder, we would have to remove it. But we're never going to change the animal gid anasha and say, look, we've developed an animal here without. V'noyig b'shlil, and it applies to a fetus. Amar Shmuel. Shmuel says, but this was the machlekes, it's leaving out an important point. Reb Meir says, the Tanakama says that it applies to the fetus. Rabbi Yehuda says it doesn't apply to the fetus, the gid hanasha. And we said that it was discussing a full-term fetus, where Rabbi Meir says that the fetus is considered already born, and Rabbi Yehuda says no, so there's no gid hanasha according to Rabbi Yehuda. According to Rabbi Meir, there is. Amar Shmuel v'chel bein mutal l'divrei hakol. The fat is permissible, according to everyone.
So there's there's no chaylev in a fetus.
Right.
Okay.
The Gemara says chel b'demai. What are you talking about? The fat is permissible according to everyone. Which fat? Eily medeshlil. If you say it's talking about the fetus, but miflik pligibei. That was the machlekes. The Tanya, we had a Bais, and noig b'shlil v'chel b'yasner. The gid hanasha applies to the fetus, and its fat is prohibited. Different Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Yehuda Omer ein noig b'shlil v'chel b'mutter. Rabbi Yehuda says the opposite, that it's chaylev is mutter. What is Shmuel saying? That everyone agrees that it's mutter. V'amar Rabbi Lazar am Rabbi Sheh machlekes ben tishachai. Rabbi Lazar says in the name of Rabbi Sheh that the argument between Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda was referring to a full-term fetus. Valach Rabbi Meir l'shitasei, Rabbi Yehuda l'shitasei. Rabbi Yehuda followed his opinion, and Rabbi Meir followed his opinion. Rabbi Yehuda followed his opinion. But how can you say there's no machlekes about the permissibility of the chaylev, of the fetus? Ela chel by the gid. We have a new topic here, talking about the chaylev of the gid anasha. Let's leave it over here. We'll continue this. There's a fat that goes along the gid hanasha. That's going to be the machlekes. If everyone's going to agree that in the fetus that's going to be acceptable. Okay.
Thank you.
It says, it's asking, do we follow the species? So it says the sciatic nerve